Hey guys, hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I'm sorry about the sound of the traffic behind you. I'm right on, what do they call it? The Embarcadero, I think it's called. This morning started off, oh, did I say happy Vlogmas? It's happy Vlogmas, day 18. Today started off nice and, it was early-ish. I had a 7:45 show, so I woke up at 6 a.m., got ready. Buddy left about 6:30. I left the house about 6:45 to get an Uber to the airport. Just, of course, he's learning where I have to go for that car. Just as I got to the car and opened the door, Buddy pops out of the shrubs and makes a little cry and gives me the sad eyes that make me cry going to the airport. Just whatever. He is not in a good mood. Did not like me yesterday. When I came back from my trip yesterday, I went in search of him because I had not seen him in so long. I found him and I forcibly took him to my apartment. He was not willing to go, but I forced him, which is a lesson because he was not happy. So he hung out. He had a few bites to eat and then he wanted out again. So I let him out. He did sleep over last night. But he left the house this morning about 6:30. He made me cry as I went to work, of course. That's getting easier, but it was still whatever. Then got to the airport. We checked in for work. Super easy trip. We had one leg to Oakland. I'm C in this trip, so I'm in charge of the aft galley. And great crew, super easy. Our biggest challenge was one gentleman who does not understand English. We don't even know what language he spoke. He was unwilling to put his cane in the overhead bin or under the seat in a particular way that we can, so that we don't impede someone's exit from that row in the event of an emergency. Somehow we made it work. So that was it. That was the hardest part of my day. We got here to Oakland, and then I just jumped out of my uniform into this little outfit, and I came into San Francisco, and it was gorgeous. I mean, I can't imagine a better day I was kind of bounce camping down here. I can't imagine a better day. Oh, this is good light for me, the sun's setting. It was like probably 62 degrees today, just perfect. And sunny, just a couple clouds in the sky. There was a mist over the bridge when I finally got there, but oh, what a beautiful day just walking around San Francisco. I got a bite to eat at the ferry building, something like that, on the Embarcadero. There's a grilled cheese there that's just unreal. It's so delicious. Then I took I'm gonna change hands here. I took a trolley down to Fisherman's Wharf, and then I walked along the beach to up and over a hill and down. It's quite a walk, but I got to a really amazing vantage point for the Golden Gate Bridge, and I'll post that video after this one to show you what I saw and explain why the image of the Golden Gate Bridge is so important to me, and why it was so emotional that I was actually there. I've seen it from the ferry over to Sausalito or whatever that area is, but to see it as I did today was just unbelievable. So I walked back, which is ridiculous. I'm never doing that again. And to fuel myself to get back to the hotel, I stopped off. I'm going to show you what I bought. I went to this place. Apparently it's a famous place for sourdough bread. I'd never heard of it. I think they actually sell it in the airport. But I didn't buy any sourdough. What I did buy was yeah. It's supposed to be an artisanal Pop-Tart. I eat a fair number of regular Pop-Tarts. This is better. That was rude to eat that. Oh my God, look at the quality of the light. Wait, look at the light. Isn't that beautiful? I love San Francisco. Love it here. All right. Oh, so as per usual, I do want to give you one bit of information that could be useful if you're a flight attendant. Someone recently asked me a question as to why would someone bid for reserve if they are able to hold a line. It's a great question. So someone, say, for example, during the holidays, they might be relatively junior as a flight attendant when it comes to holding a line. So they may not be able to get the holidays off that they want, or they may not be able to hold a line that has Christmas off, for example, or the days around Christmas, allowing them to go see their families. So what they might do is bid a reserve line that has those days off. Because they're senior enough to hold a line means that they're super senior in the reserve pool and would most likely get whatever they wanted when it came to a reserve line. Now, this time of year, in my base, that might be true because a lot of people do surprisingly bid reserve during this time of year because they want the holidays off. So they're willing to be on reserve the rest of the month, which, I don't know, I don't love my family that much. So that's one reason someone might bid a reserve line if they're able already to hold a regular schedule. Another reason, I guess, might be if it's a particularly quiet month. Let me change hands again, my arm's tired. If it's a particularly quiet month like September or October, in my base at least, in Las Vegas, someone might bid reserve because they may not work that much. Reserves during September, October, September's still kind of busy, but October, November, beginning of December, at least in my base, is super quiet. You might only work 1 or 2 trips. And that might change in the future, but right now it's really quiet that time of year. So rather than work, those people might want to hang out at home or stay around Vegas and only work a reserve trip if they're called. Also, as I'm saying this, they would be on reserve. They would get their minimum hours. So they would get paid for 72 hours no matter what. On their days off, there are 2 blocks or 4 days of guaranteed days off that we get with by airline. Because they're senior enough to hold a line, they're probably senior enough to pick up a trip or 2 on their days off. Those hours that they pick up out of the open time pot would be added to their minimum hours, which will put them into overtime. My airline offers 150% after 85 hours or 85 hours and above. So if they picked up 20 extra hours during the month, add that to their 72, they're all of a sudden working 92 hours, and so they're already working into overtime. So that might be a way for them to make a little bit of extra money, or at least make up for per diem that they might not make on a slow month. Does that make any sense at all? I hope that makes some sense. I'm sure there are other reasons someone would bid reserve as a line holder. Yeah, if it's just specific dates they want off, for a family wedding or whatever, but they're not senior enough to be able to hold a line with those exact days off, they might bid reserve with a really good chance that they're going to get a reserve line that they choose when they bid in their preference, their order of preference. They might get that day off. So there is hopefully a useful answer to a pretty good question, and a nice reason to watch this video rather than just listen to me talk about what my trip was like. So I will thank you for your time. I'm going to finish my artisanal Pop-Tart and make my way back to the hotel, have a bite to eat for dinner, and then probably try to get to sleep by 8 o'clock. We have a 4:40 a.m. van, so I want to be in bed and asleep by at least 9 o'clock tonight, so 8:30, 9 o'clock. So that gives me, gives me about 3.5 hours to kind of kill. So I'm going to make my way slowly back to the hotel and enjoy my last few hours here in San Francisco for today. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day and fly safe. Thanks for watching. Bye.